Good evening, everyone. This is Reid from Two Sides of New York. We are 1 week from the Super Bowl. I know we've had a little gap in between our last episode, but hey, nothing really to recap with the Pro Bowl today, as we're going to recap that. No, obviously not. Why would we do that? So, going right into the Pats-Chiefs game last Sunday. What do you want to tell us about that crowd?
It's very, 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 very depressing.
Very. Especially more for him, though.
Just when you think it's over, it's like Groundhog Day. It's just gonna keep happening over and over again. I said going back weeks ago that the Patriots are done even before the playoffs, and I've just been proven completely wrong about that. The Pats came out, and it was a close back and forth game, but I'd say for the most part, it was really back and forth, but I just knew the whole time the Patriots were gonna win.
I don't know. I wanted to stay positive. I don't know, when the Patriots scored with, a minute left, you were like, that's it. And I was like, I think Mahomes. And then when Mahomes tied it, I was like, okay, they're going to go to overtime and they get the ball back. Hopefully they win. And as our boy Kellerman tweeted, he said, whoever wins the coin toss wins the game. And boy, was he right.
Yeah. Tom Brady just showing that he could still play at a very high level. I'm just in shock. I know it's been like a week now. It's been exactly a week. I just can't believe how this guy is still doing it. And you know it's going to happen before it even happens. And it's at a point where I'm not surprised anymore. And they're probably going to win. We're gonna get into our Super Bowl predictions before the Super Bowl, but they're just going to win it again. I can't believe it.
Yeah, no, I don't know how you can pick against the Patriots next Sunday. Like he said, we're not going to do our predictions now, but I'm not betting against Brady again after these past 2 weeks. And I'm sorry, I hate to say it, but he is the GOAT. There's no one better. He's better than Montana. He's better than that bad man Aaron Rodgers. He's better than Peyton. There's no one better, and honestly, I think he's the greatest football player of all time.
Yeah. You have to say he's up there. You know, as much as I hate to say that, but he's definitely up there. And this is something that we gotta also mention. D Ford jumping off sides, which I know it's kind of beating a dead horse, but Tom Brady threw it right off Gronk's hands and intercepted. It's just you gotta line up on sides, you know.
Yeah, I know that was killer. I mean, Brady's the greatest of all time, but boy, does he get lucky. Roughing the passer call, that onside, and then winning that coin toss. I mean, I think if the Chiefs get the ball, they run a play to Tyreek Hill and they get a touchdown. So he's always had luck on his sides. The Russell Wilson interception, the field goals by Vinatieri, everything goes that guy's way.
Yeah, but that's what you need to win. You gotta have things go your way to win.
That's true. Being a Giants fan in 2008, the helmet catch, and 2012, the crazy throw by Eli to Manningham, and winning at 9-7 to win a Super Bowl, you definitely need a lot of luck.
Yeah, definitely. But Patrick Mahomes, he played really well. I didn't think he was gonna play that well. I thought they were gonna get blown out. But Patrick Mahomes, he showed that he's the next up after Tom Brady, and the Chiefs, they have nothing to be disappointed about this season. A great year. You never thought you'd have seen this from Patrick Mahomes. I didn't think Patrick Mahomes was going to have a good year at all. I didn't think the Chiefs were going to make the playoffs. You knew that their defense wasn't good coming in, and you really didn't know what to expect from Mahomes because this was his first full season, and they really balled out this year, and they're going to be a tough team for years to come.
Yeah, for sure. A great hire. They just hired a new defensive coordinator, two-time Super Bowl champion, Steve Spagnuolo, the defensive coordinator, to beat Brady the last 2 times because the Eagles, that was their offense that beat Brady. They just outscored him. The Giants, they contended him. They put pressure on him, and I think that's probably the smartest defensive coordinator they could hire.
Yeah, and let's get into the real debate about this game. Tony Romo, what do you think about him? How do you think he is in the booth?
I think he is amazing. I mean, obviously, I'd rather have him in the booth than killing my Giants with last-second touchdowns. He's amazing. He knows what's going to happen. He can read each play, and I mean, I don't know what Jerry Jones is doing. He needs to get Jason Garrett out of there and Tony Romo in there. I mean, I hope not. I hope he keeps Garrett around as long as possible because that gives the Giants a better chance. But Romo, I cannot see 5-6 years he will not be a head coach. I think he's going to be head coach pretty soon.
Yeah, he gets every play right. It's crazy. He's so good. He's such a good announcer, and like people who say like that he's not we wouldn't ever be talking about. He took Phil Simms' spot. We wouldn't ever be talking about Phil Simms he
would put me to sleep.
Yeah, he just put everybody to sleep. So many great games he called, and he has no memorable calls. Tony Romo has all these great
each game.
Calls. Yeah. He's a real great announcer. He had that great quote when Brady threw that interception that was off Edelman's hands. He was like, "Ball don't lie." That was it. That was really
he's good. But we're going back to Patrick Mahomes. He had Alex Smith. He was backing up Alex Smith last year. Alex Smith, it says today that he's going to miss all of next year.
Yeah.
So I think that pretty much puts the Redskins as a lock for last place, and probably looking for the first pick of next year. I mean, I know I hate to say that, but once Alex Smith went down, they were easily the worst team in the East.
Yeah, they were going to make the playoffs if he didn't get hurt.
Yeah, they would have. And the very next game, I think the Giants scored 40 on them, and I don't even remember the last time that happened. The Giants didn't even score above 20 before this season.
Poor Alex Smith, though. This is probably going to be it for his career. There's no way.
Probably.
It's going to be tough for him to come back after that.
Yeah, no, but he's a scrapper. I wouldn't be surprised if he tries to come back, but it was definitely a Joe Theismann blow, maybe a career-ending injury.
This is no knock on Colin Kaepernick because I don't really care about his off the field stuff.
No,
but if they didn't bench Alex Smith for Kaepernick, I think the 49ers would have won that Super Bowl against the Ravens because I think Alex Smith he knew how to move the ball with that team, and I think he just really threw him off when Kaepernick came in. I know they made it to the Super Bowl with Kaepernick, but I think they definitely would have won with Alex Smith.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know about if they would have won because Kaepernick he carried them to the Super Bowl, but I think for the future it would have benefited them a lot more because they stuck with Kaepernick, things didn't work out, and then they were just turned into an awful, horrendous football team. So I think they could have sustained success.
Yeah, definitely.
So going into the Rams-Saints game, wow, both of these games, 2 overtime playoff games in the same day, first time ever in NFL history that's happened. What a game that was. Saints started up 13-0. Rams fought back, and then that controversial PI call, get into that in a little bit, and then goes to overtime. Brees throws the pick, and before you know it, the Rams are in the Super Bowl.
Yeah, I thought after being down 13-0, I thought the Rams were done. They couldn't get they couldn't move the ball at all.
Yeah, first quarter, 14 yards.
Yeah, Todd Gurley, he only had 4 carries the whole game. I believe he's definitely shaken up. So this means that C.J. Anderson's going to have to step up even more. And he didn't play that well either.
No. No, I mean, really the guy who played well was Jared Goff. He balled out.
Yeah. But the going to that pass interference call, it was definitely brutal. He literally tackled the guy way before the ball even got.
It was also helmet to helmet. That was also a vicious hit. And it's just, I mean, you don't want to just blame a call, but I mean, how do the Rams get the ball back and tie the game if they call that call? I mean, if you read Sean Payton's lips, that's a Super Bowl call right there. So you gotta feel heartbroken just for Drew Brees. I was happy for Jared Goff, but boy, I did feel really bad for Drew.
Yeah, but the Saints had the ball to start overtime.
Oh no, I completely agree. The Saints had a 13-0 lead. They had the ball to start overtime. They blew many chances. They lost the game besides that call, but that call for if you were a Jets or if that happened to the Jets or that happened to the Giants, I know me and you would just be livid with the officiating as the New Orleans fans are.
Oh yeah, we'd be furious. And you see what the fans from New Orleans are actually suing the NFL for loss of enjoyment.
Yeah, they are. I mean, it's crazy. They're really going through with it. They want the game to replayed. I was watching Undisputed the other day, and Terrell Owens think they really should replay the game. They should have replayed it today or yesterday.
I don't know.
You can't do that.
Yeah, you
that's
can't
not
do
the first
that.
bad call. I mean, it might be the worst call or one of the worst calls, but you can't. Then you have to go and replay a game from the 70s with a bad call or a game from the 80s.
But the refs really aren't being disciplined for this at all. Some guy. I think that whole crew should be fired because how do you miss that? You know?
Yeah, and then what did you think about that thing that came today? That two of the refs on that call were from Southern California.
Hey, maybe they had some money involved. Maybe they're big Rams fans.
Yeah, big Rams fans. So we'll see if they show up next Sunday.
Hopefully for them, but I mean, I'm sure the refs will be with the Patriots next week, though.
Yeah, it seems like they always are. So it'll be a good matchup. All right, anything else on that football game?
Did you see how Mike Francesa actually thought that Gurley exchanged jerseys with
Yeah, I saw that. He was pissed. He was just like, "This is unbelievable."
So Super Bowl 53, Patriots versus Rams. We're gonna have a lot more on that. We're gonna have an episode coming out the day before the Super Bowl, and we're gonna get deep into it. We're really just talking about the basics. But so moving on to some MLB moves.
Yep, MLB moves. So I was pumped to see this. We the Yankees, we signed Adam Ottavino to a 3-year, $27 million contract, which is a steal, $9 million a year. I honestly think he was coming off the best season for a reliever entering free agency, and I think this really makes the best bullpen I've ever seen by the Yankees if everyone stays healthy. And that's just because there's no guy in there who you really think he's going to blow it. Because if you get Tommy Kahnle to come back as the guy he was in 2017, you got Jonathan Holder. That every guy can just go down and shut down an inning. CC, if he can only go 4, that's all you need. You can shut the game down from there. So 4 or 5 starters, they don't have to go 4 or 5 innings. So, I mean, this is really important to Boston because really all you have to do is focus on getting their relievers out and have it to 1-run or tie game. So I love this move.
So you really think that this is the best bullpen that you've ever seen?
I do.
Okay. Dylan Betances has the potential of throwing the ball over the backstop every time he's out there. So does Chapman. I don't trust it yet.
Okay. Well, I think Betances is probably. I don't know why anyone wouldn't want Betances on their team. I think he has the nastiest slider in all of baseball. No one can touch his slurve. I mean, that 2017 he was wild.
Clutch. He's not clutch.
Yes, he is. What are you talking about? He just had a bad 2017.
Yeah, he didn't have. He was. Okay.
I mean, he's better than Familia.
I
mean, Chapman. Okay, he makes you sweat, but 33 out of 35 times he's gonna finish the job. So I'm not worried about Chapman. That's how it goes with him. Then you have to think about Chad Green. He can go more than an inning. With lights out stuff.
The Yankees they do have a lot of depth, but I don't know if they'll. I just don't think they're going to be that clutch. I just have that gut feeling.
I don't. I think guys are just gonna have a better year. I mean, I'm not gonna go outside pitching right now. I think Severino is gonna win the Cy Young. That's a bold prediction, but
you really think Severino's going to win the Cy Young?
I think he will. I know his second half in all last year, but he was the Cy Young in the first half for the AL last year. And I just think 23-year-old pitcher, he's just going to mature each year. And if it's not next year, he's definitely going to win one before he's 25.
So do you think he's a better pitcher than Blake Snell?
Blake Snell's a little older, so not, as of right now, no. But I think when he's at his peak, I think he can be the best pitcher in baseball. I think Paxton's going to be lights out, and I don't know. I think Ottavino and Betances, you bring them out back to back, you're gonna have something like 6 strikeouts in a row.
Yeah, but the pitching, the Yankees pitching staff is really odd because they yes, they do have all of them have the potential to be Cy Young Award winners, but also they also have the potential to get shelled. You know.
Yeah, but I mean that's a risk you gotta live with. But it's like that with every pitching staff. I mean, Sale can get shelled any game. Porcello, Price. I mean, your pitcher is probably the most consistent out there, at least from last year. He never really got shelled. He would just give up a home run in the 8th inning because his team didn't score him any runs. So, I mean, I really feel like really give credit to your guy DeGrom. I feel like he's the only pitcher in baseball who can't just go out there and get shelled each game.
Yeah, and you finally got Sonny Gray off your hands.
Yep, Sonny Gray off her hands. I mean, I like Sonny Gray as the person. I've heard him on podcasts. He's a really nice guy, but just didn't work out for him in New York City. I hope James Paxton works out better than Sonny Gray. I hope it's not a replay of that. But I want to say Cincinnati is going to be better for Sonny Gray, but that ballpark is honestly smaller than Yankee Stadium.
Oh yeah, it's a little. I think he's gonna have a bounce back year, but that ballpark is really tiny.
I think he would have had more success in San Diego or San Francisco.
We've mentioned it a couple times. The Reds aren't looking that awful.
No, they're not. Their rotation. Who they have? Alex Wood. Sonny Gray. I don't really know who else is in the rotation.
That big guy. His name's Sal.
Sal, right. I thought is that the guy who they just locked up?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a reliever though, right?
No, he's a starter.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
They locked up a reliever too. Raphael something.
Yeah. They're looking all right.
Yeah, they're looking all right. That's going to be a good division. I think the NL East is going to be the best division if the Mets stay healthy. I think 1 through 4. Obviously, the Marlins will finish last again, but the Dodgers aren't going anywhere as they signed A.J. Pollock to a 4-year. I think it was around 40. I think it was around 50 to 60 million. I think there's an opt-in clause for the year 5. So solid player and not a bad deal.
This means they're out on Harper, I think.
They don't want to go past 5 or 6 years, as it seems like any team. And going into contracts, I think you're seeing anything above 7 years. I don't think you're going to see that again.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, what are these guys wait? Like, do you think it's the money? You think it's the money or the length that why they Harper or Machado haven't signed yet?
It's definitely the length.
Because I think the money's there, you know?
Yeah, the money's definitely there. I just think teams are just not going to give them $300 for 13 years, 12 years. I mean, you see that in every sport. Like, you don't see anything above 5 years. I mean, Odell Beckham is supposed to be like a franchise guy. He's 25. The Giants extended him for just 5 years, $100 million. So I think you're more likely to see something like that. And things are going to get interesting in 2021. I mean, I love this game, so I hope there's not a strike.
Yeah, back on A.J. Pollock. If he could stay healthy, he could hit. I really wanted the Mets to go after him. I see him playing well with the Dodgers, but he just got to stay healthy, and that's been hard for him the last couple of years.
Yeah, that's
for basically
true.
His whole career, it's been hard for him.
Yeah, that's true. So maybe a change of scenery he can help. But I definitely know D-back fans aren't happy that he went right around to the rival who knocked him out of the playoffs a couple years ago.
Yeah, the D-backs are gonna. Speaking of D-backs, just getting Wilmer Flores. I'm happy for Wilmer.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
all-time Met.
The most walk-off hits since 2015.
10 career walk-off hits with the New York Mets. He was a really great Met. He had that great moment, the walk-off home run against the Nationals when after he thought he was going to get traded, and he
He's
cried.
really a Brett Gardner of your team, I feel.
No, because he didn't play every day.
Yeah, that's true. But I just meant like a clutch guy, because Gardy, he's had 8 walk-offs since he came into the league. So he really gets to the clubhouse.
Yeah, he's with the Diamondbacks. He's going to get a chance to play every day, which he couldn't do with the Mets. The Mets were kind of skeptical, always skeptical about him. I don't know why. I really felt like that he could have been an everyday first baseman, especially last year when we didn't have anything to work with. But even still, they were kind of hesitant with that. But I hope for the best for him, and I think he's gonna. I think he'll be an all-star before it's said and done. I think he will be an all-star.
Yeah, no, definitely. Well, an all-star appearance could be in there. And going back to Sonny Gray, I wouldn't be surprised if he was an all-star this season. I really wouldn't.
Yeah,
he was a really good pitcher with the A's, and I was really excited when he came over to the Yankees. I mean, I don't know if he pitched well enough. They could have won that division in 2017, but that's 2 years ago. We're not going to get into that.
He couldn't take the New York media, I guess.
The New York media or New York pressure. I mean, he just didn't know how to deal with it right. He let it frustrate him. Giancarlo kind of lets it carry him. He was like, "Yeah, I deserve to get booed. I sucked." Like you gotta kind of like let it carry you, let it fuel you to come back out there and make him love you. So, I wish Sonny the best of luck in Cincinnati, though.
Jason Bay could not deal with that New York pressure either.
Yeah, I mean, he was fine it's weird because he was fine in Boston.
Jason Bay?
Yeah.
I meant Jay Bruce.
Oh, Jay Bruce. So, yeah, you said Jason Bay.
Jason Bay couldn't handle it either. Both of them suck. Both of them are basically the same player, Jason Bay and Jay Bruce.
Yeah.
We didn't pay Jay Bruce as much, but both of them I cannot stand looking at. They both have dumb, stupid faces. I hope both of them never. Well, I hope Jason Bay never gets a Hall of Fame vote. I have no idea why he's even on the ballot this year.
I'm pretty sure he fell off.
Oh yeah. Did he get 0%?
I didn't see. Probably.
Yeah.
But so you guys got Justin Wilson. What do you think of that?
That's the guy we needed. We needed a lefty, and I think we got the best lefty available. And it's just our bullpen is strong, tops to bottom. If you look at it, people forget that we still have Seth Lugo and Robert Gazelman, and I think the Mets are going to have the best bullpen ERA in baseball.
Wow, it's a little high, but I mean, I think you guys have a solid bullpen, but I just think it's just not deep enough to have that good of an ERA. I think it could be top 5, but I just think there's just going to be times in the summer where you're going to have to tire out some guys, and some of those premier lineups are going to get you. But
of course it's going to happen. I don't think it's going to be. I think maybe once in a while, of course that's going to happen. But I think we just have a lot of depth. And last year, Gazelman was closing out games. Familia obviously was closing out games for us. We have guys that have experience in clutch moments. So I think that's going to only help us.
Yeah, no, I mean, that's true. I think you're going to be top bullpen. I think you're going to go as far as Diaz takes you.
Yeah, that's right. It's all in his bones.
That's why, I mean, not even the names for the Yankees. That is why I think they're better in the bullpen-wise. I just think that you guys really... Well, you have 2 closers. You have Familia. The Yankees have about 4. I mean, I think Green can close. I mean, I think the guy who really makes that bullpen the best in baseball is Britton. If he returns to 2016 form, it's game over.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that. Zach Britton, but I don't think he can. He really hasn't had an awful season, but he's definitely not the guy he used to be.
I mean, that was just a couple years ago. I mean, he had an Achilles injury. He definitely was finding it at the end of last season. He was getting better and better as each game went on. I mean, yeah, he gave up the home run to Vasquez in the game, but you can't do anything about that. That was just a good piece of hitting. I think Britton is returning to his old form.
Yeah, we'll see. I think one of the most underrated players in baseball, Whit Merrifield, gets a 4-year, $15 million extension.
Yeah, I know. A lot of you just thinking probably that's like a huge steal, but he's still under arbitration, so it's just to avoid all that nonsense. And if it continues to go downhill for the Royals, as it seems, you'll be able to trade him for a good package, because that's a really good deal to have.
Yeah, but he's a guy that you could build your franchise around. He led the league in hits last year and in stolen bases. First time that's happened in I don't know how many years, but it's definitely a while.
Yeah, no, I know they're not planning to trade him, but I'm just saying if they're gonna continue to lose, and it's like in that third season or second, yeah, probably in that third season if they're still not contending, I think you can see them deal him.
Yeah, the Royals are definitely gonna have a bad year again.
Yeah, they have a bad year, but they threw in all the marbles for 14 and 15, and I think if you ask Royal fans, they'll say it was worth it.
But how the MLB works nowadays, in like 5-6 years from now, the American League Championship game will be the Orioles versus the Royals. You know?
Yeah, like it was in 2014.
Yeah.
But I don't know. We'll see. I think the thing is with all these teams rebuilding and like the super teams, I think in a few years the MLB is going to be really good. There's not going to be too many bad teams.
Oh yeah, of course. There's so many young prospects. Every team has a game changing guy, and I think that's really great for baseball. This is kind of getting off topic, but hopefully we've said this a lot. Hopefully the Angels could get some steam this year and get into the playoffs because the world needs to see Mike Trout and how awesome he is at baseball.
Yeah, definitely. As you see, LeBron James and Tom Brady, the best in their sport, compete in the playoffs. I think you need to see it in baseball.
Yeah,
with Mike Trout really showing how much of a difference maker he is, and probably one of the greatest players to set foot on this earth, as he's only 26.
And I know you're not going to like this, but they also have another really good player who could pitch and he could hit. His name is Shohei Ohtani.
Yeah, he's not pitching anytime soon, though.
No, but do you think he the most deserving rookie of the year of all time, right?
No. Probably the most outrageous, biased rookie of the year of all time, but I'm over that. That was in November. It's said and done now. I mean, they always vote against us. 09, freaking whatever. 17 with Judge and Altuve just because he has more hits and a higher average, even though Judge freaking blew a wad in his mouth for WAR. But but it's said and done. So let's go into the Hall of Fame. A great day for Yankees fans as Mariano Rivera was finally inducted into the Hall of Fame with 100%, which was 100% deserved.
Yeah, I agree with that, but I think it's just stupid how he was the first person ever to be unanimous.
Oh yeah, no, I think Griffey should have been 100.
And Hank Aaron wasn't even. How was Hank Aaron not unanimous?
Yeah, no, that's true, but to say that it's not fair that Rivera was 100%, I don't think you can.
No, yeah, he definitely
because he's the best closer in baseball history by far. So I don't know how you can vote no for that.
So, do you think Bonds and Clemens will ever get in?
Well, they have till 2023. So the thing is, besides Derek Jeter next year, there's no sure Hall of Famer, and the year after that as well. And then I think A-Rod's on the ballot. So it'll be interesting because there's not going to be any big headline names after Jeter. So they could squeak in.
Yeah, they definitely should, especially Bonds. Like we said, steroids doesn't put the bat on the ball, and I think it's about time, you know.
Yep, and it'll be really interesting if they're still on the ballot when A-Rod is, because having all three of those guys, I mean, and if there's not that many other, I feel you kind of have to figure one of them's going to get in.
I have a feeling A-Rod's not going to be unanimous. No, I have a feeling he's going to get in his second or third time. I think he'll get in rather quickly, A-Rod.
Really? Yeah. But do you think Bonds will get in before A-Rod?
I don't know. I want Bonds to get in, but I just don't think he will.
Yeah, just too much against him. He's been on the ballot for too long.
Yeah.
Roger, he's got to be coming up pretty soon. Or they retired the same year, right?
Yes, I believe so.
07.
07.
I know. I love to see Mike Mussina get into the Hall of Fame. Might have not dominated the league, like been the best pitcher in baseball during his career, but he had an 83 WAR, which is way above for what a qualified Hall of Famer should get. 270 wins. I don't think you're going to see many pitchers in the future get to that. So I think it was well deserved for
Moose. All right, wrapping it up. Pro Bowl sucks, doesn't it?
It really does suck. The MLB baseball All-Star Game is just so much more entertaining to watch. Home Run Derby is more entertaining to watch. I had more fun watching the skills competitions than watching this game.
Yeah, they have to do something to make it better. It's just a boring game. I guess because no one wants to get hurt, and you don't want to see anybody get hurt.
Yeah, Juju got hurt today.
Yeah, but I don't think it's anything serious.
No, he might be like a twisted ankle or something sore. He'll be fine. He has till August.
But yeah, it's cool to see all the players, like all the stars, get in, and I think the rule they should make the rule to be you can't play the position that you can't play your regular position. Like you have to play out of position the whole game.
Yeah, because that's when it kind of seemed fun when you had Saquon and freaking Mike Evans gets the pick and then pitches it to Saquon and he almost scores. That was probably the most interesting part of the game.
Yeah, and they had the Kansas City's fullback Sherman in there, running back a lot.
Yeah.
He had a really good game. That was fun to see, but that should be like the whole game. That's the first part of the game, and most of it was just really boring and guys not really trying. And why should they? It's nothing serious, but
look at MLB. I definitely think they try, and that game doesn't count for the World Series anymore.
Yeah, but it's just different because baseball is not a contact sport. You guys don't want to get hurt in a meaningless game.
Yeah, that's true, but I feel like baseball players go hard enough in those All-Star games where they can definitely get hurt.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Like throwing 90, like you can't just go lob it in at 85 with all those fans there.
Well, unless you're Adam Wainwright pitching to Derek Jeter.
What, did he do that in the All-Star game?
Yeah. Remember that? And then they're giving him shit about it.
Adam Wainwright. Isn't he still playing?
I think so. He had a pretty good year last year, too.
Yeah, no, he did. They just keep going. He keep kicking. Remember the save against the Mets in 06?
Oh, here we go. Let's wrap this up then. If we're going to talk about that.
Alright, so as we said, next episode we're gonna have like our X Factors for the Super Bowl along with our prediction. Nice little, nothing too long, but we'll definitely go into the episode a good 15-20 minutes. So it'll be fun to recap or see what the Super Bowl is gonna be like. I'm excited and I hope the Rams are gonna win.
Yeah, hope.
Well, alright, thanks for the episode and we'll see you later this week.